This week, more Dead Space rumors are floating around the web. A new South Park game is in the works. Sony might be copying one of Nintendo's most popular franchises, and EA's Battlefield vs. Call of Duty smack talk seems to backfire on them, according to the Xbox Live usage. I'm Handsome Tom, and welcome to the Game Heroes Weekly News. Over the past couple of months, we've covered a few rumors about Dead Space 3. Well, it seems there are more floating around the internet in the last week. It seems EA is planning on expanding the Dead Space brand into different spin-off games. One is rumored to be a first-person shooter, another being a flight simulator type of game. While a Dead Space FPS does seem logical and could fit into the series, I don't know how a flight sim would. Still, it's interesting to hear that EA and Visceral is talking on taking the franchise in different directions. As long as it doesn't affect Dead Space 3, I'm perfectly fine with the other spin-off games. The gaming world hasn't been kind to South Park. Pretty much every game released in this long-running show has either been terrible or mediocre. Well, get ready for another game. Obsidian, the studio behind Fallout New Vegas, will be making a new South Park RPG, which will be published by THQ. Not much is known about the title, but it's set to come out in the second half of 2012. It's going to be available on 360, PS3, PC, and the game will be featured on next month's Game Informer magazine. A South Park RPG sounds interesting, but gamers have been burnt by South Park games before. I guess we'll know more next month when Game Informer comes out. Gaming companies have long been copying and pasting each other's work as long as the industry's been around. So we shouldn't be surprised by this story. Nintendo Smash Bros. Series has been one of the most popular IPs in the last decades, and it seems that Sony wants a piece of that pie. Rumor has it Sony is working on a Smash Bros.-like fighting game called Title Fight, featuring many of their gaming icons. The cast and characters in this particular rumor are Nathan Drake, Sweet Tooth, Sly Cooper, and Fat Princess. But with a huge list of exclusive characters and brands to choose from, it'll most likely be a giant list of featured fighters. While it's still a rumor, it's still pretty interesting and could be awesome. If this game is in development, Sony, can we get more Parappa the Rapper? I think we all need a little more Parappa in our lives. Remember when EA made all those allegations about how Battlefield 3 would be the Call of Duty killer this year? Yeah, not only was that proven wrong, the game didn't even break the top 3 games played on Xbox Live this past week. In the #1 spot, surprise surprise, is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which is followed by last year's Call of Duty Black Ops. In second, and Elder Scrolls Skyrim in third place. Battlefield 3 sits in 4th place on Xbox Live. EA, instead of insulting your competitors, you should be focusing on, making sure your multiplayer works on the servers, before the game launches. All the smack talk doesn't work if your game doesn't work out of the gate. And finally, here are this week's new releases. On Monday, we'll be getting Fortune Street on the Wii. Tuesday, the following games will be hitting store shelves. Defenders of Adriana will be available on the 360, PS3, and PC. The Adventures of Tintin will be available on the 360, PS3, Wii, PC, and 3DS. Trine 2 will be available on the PC, and Battlefield 3 Back to Kirkland expansion pack will be available for download on PS3. For more kick-ass content, please be sure to check out thegameheroes.com. I'm Handsome Tom. We'll see you guys again next week.